Well, hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well on a Saturday. Thank you for tuning in to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you. Talking a little real estate weekend. What goes better with the weekend? Talking about a little real estate. We're done with the Friday work, and it is summer. So if you're thinking about buying or selling in the market, it's on fire. The market's hotter than I've ever seen, and there's no inventory. Sellers are selling at record pace. And now they're talking about raising interest rates. Just heard yesterday, so, well, why don't we just raise the interest rates? Always makes sense, right? Everything's going up. Gas is going up, food is going up, lumber is going up. Why not raise the interest rates? That makes sense too, right? 2021, it's a wild year, but exciting year, and so glad to be with you guys. We've got a good show for you today. Going to do a little housekeeping in, but stay tuned. We're talking about, I said, well, as investments approach this year, no telling where 2022 is going to go. They're talking about raising what? Capital gains. So they're trying to cut into your investment money. So a lot of people are taking advantage of the marketplace this year, low interest rates to finance that investment property. And so we're going to talk about short-term rentals. If you don't own a short-term rental, or if you don't know what a short-term rental is, we're going to talk about that, the pros, the cons, things you need to look out for, how maybe that may be a good tax deduction for you this year if you're looking for a deduction in your business. And then just kind of an overlay of things you need to know if you're thinking about getting into the investment in the short-term market. As always, again, excited to be with you. We got some congrats, so we can't start our show without saying some thanks to our great clients. Congrats to 2116 Ridgecrest Loop. As we talked about last week, that went quickly. I think we had 8 offers on that property, excess $1 million and under contract. Super excited for our seller. How about Trout Way? Another Trout was under contract. Now, unfortunately, went back on the market. So if you're looking for a 4-bedroom cabin, no fault to the seller, buyer's financing fell through, it's now back available. 4-bedroom cabin right next to Dollywood. Make sure you check that out on my website at ryancoleman.org. Also, congrats to New Regus that just went under contract, Unit 210. Another unit that we're working on now, 509, hopefully, we'll go under contract as well. So we're running down on Regus units. I think we're down to 15, 14, maybe 13 left. So make sure you check those out. Shops under Regus will be available here in August and September. You want to check that out. If you've not toured one of the units down in Regus Square Building, make sure you call me and set up a tour. Or if you're working with an agent, welcome to work with them as well, and we can set up a tour for them as well. So easy. If you want to see the availability that we have online, go to ryancoleman.org, and up the top we have all the Regus Squares available that is left. Great condos. You definitely want to get them before they're all gone. Congrats to 1820 Skyhawk. And we're working on some other ones we'll get on the show, so it's been a busy week. Let's talk about investments. Let's get into the show. And do you own an investment? That's short-term rental. Well, if you own real estate and investment property, we all know the traditional rental is, year, which is, 12-month contract, maybe 6-month contract, and we have tenants. Let's talk about the investment or the short-term rental. The short-term rental is on fire across the country, and you're in one of the hottest markets in the country. They said Gatlinburg, Tennessee, one of the smaller markets where they're averaging is one of the 53,000 plus a year, is one of the top 2 in the country. Is there any reason why we're seeing the cabins and investment properties in the market as a whole in Sevierville and Gatlinburg market really explode? Another great area is Palm Springs, Florida, where owners can make as much as $125,000 a year annually. Woo! That's some extra cash. So if you're thinking about investing, even if the market is pricey, and it is, there's still some great opportunities. And there's some opportunities to make some money and diversify. We know the stock market's all over the place. We're talking about gold. We're talking about silver. Maybe we're talking about cryptocurrency. Don't forget real estate. Time in, time out. Real estate has leveraged and averaged a great return. There's always going to be ups and downs, but it's been a great investment. It's a real property. Let's talk about if you have an investment in a short-term rental. One of the biggest challenges on short-term rentals is when you get it, how do you keep up with all the pricing? A lot of things factor into pricing your rental because it's a daily situation. So we're going to rent those daily and they change. It could be 3 days, it could be 5 days, it could be single days, or it could be weeks. I can tell you in that short-term area, weekly is most common. There's a lot that goes in to get involved to change a short-term rental out on a 2 or 3 day period. You have cleanings, you have a lot of things that you have to come in and make sure the property's ready before the next guest. So it's a lot of extra work for the owner. So if you guys are thinking about getting into short-term rentals, understand that you have 2 ways to go at it. You can hire a property manager, or you can do it yourself, kind of a VRBO or a combination of such. If you're going to price your rental and you're looking at an investment property, the number one thing you want to do is to check out to see what it's renting. You want to look at, we own apartment complexes, and it's very similar, the pricing structure. You want to look at the last 12, 24 months. In apartments are called trailing 12s, but basically the last 2 years of history. Now, we came out of pandemic, so everything in COVID was shut down. So a lot of numbers are dramatically low. So you can't use those as a good gauge. But you want to look at the previous year and then now look at this year since everything's opened up. I know everything that we have, very hard to sell sometimes because we can't get access to the units. And I know the other day, Nick was out there doing photos on Sunday because we literally had a couple hours availability where we're coming in with the pictures, the cleaners. There was an update. I think the bug guy was there. Everybody that could be there was there on a Sunday. So it makes it challenging. So that's why you want to go a 7-day rental at the best you can. But I've got some great places to look up online other than VRBO or Airbnb, different sites like that, that you can go online and check out pricing of your vacation rental or that possible cabin or investment condo that you're thinking about buying that you want to put on short-term rental. So there's a website called beyondpricing.com. Check on Price Labs, IGMS, okay? AirDNA. You can Google these, and I'll put these on my website as well. We'll put it on our blog. We'll create a blog. We'll put these on there for you. And Wheelhouse. Some of these I haven't even heard of, but I was doing some research for the show, and these tools will let you see in certain areas to have certain peak seasons and certain areas where there's sporting events, different things that's going on in the community that's keeping up with pricing. Now, if you hire a property manager, they're going to keep you engaged with that. They're going to keep you up to date. Now, on the vacation rentals, the challenge of, let's say, versus a residential leasing, those are more of a fixed pricing. When you get into the vacation market, you're paying a lot more money on property management, an exorbitant cost. So it's wise to do your homework. Check on your property managers if you're going to pass them around and kind of maybe shop around to let them take over the rental on it. Just because the split is a little bit higher, see what's included. I know a lot of our rentals include cleanings. A lot of them have a kind of a menu, kind of a la carte. You could pick certain things or you could do per item. Keep in mind that any extra cost is going to be passed on through you. So you're going to keep that as, if they say it's a certain percentage of, let's say 75-25. But every extra call may be kind of that nickel and dime charge. Make sure you want to check that out as well. See your length of a contract. So if you do hire property management, what's your term? What's your exit clause? And what's if you sell the property? What's that clause if you sell it on the open market? And do you transfer those guests? Is there ability to move those guests around? These are important things. So when we put these on the market, if you sell your property and you have a lot of vacations that are set to close, right? Not only are you thinking about selling the cabin, but you maybe collected deposits or rentals income that may have to be adjusted at closing, or see how that property manager is going to cover it. Now, if you're VRBO, a lot of those rentals will not transfer. So the actual rental transfer, VRBO, if you're not aware, will make you actually cancel all the bookings, and they'll have to rebook with the new prospective buyer. So sometimes that could be nerve-wracking. There's a chance and a possibility by refunding all that money, you may lose guests. So these are things that if you're thinking about buying an investment property, you're buying that short-term rental, you need an agent that you can trust, an agent that has an experience on selling a lot of property, that can help you get the right kind of financing, and that can make sure that if there's rentals and other things on the table, that you don't lose out on any money or any opportunity there. There's also a lot of opportunity on the tax side to avoid Uncle Sam and use the tax laws to your advantage. You can actually use a rental property 14 days per calendar years as a write-off. So whatever the vacation rental is, what the market is, you can charge it and make that a write-off for you as long as you do it 14 days out of the year. check with your CPA and your tax advisor on that. Business. You must operate your rental as a business and make a profit to consider ordinary and necessary costs of doing business. But guess what? Accounting, travel, expense, mileage, meals, entertainment, if it's in your family and you have it in an LLC or in a company name or in your personal name, all these things come into play. Look, we're coming on a break. Stay with us. We're talking about short-term rentals, investing in real estate in your backyard here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Knoxville and East Tennessee. The region is known for its rolling hills, rivers, and lakes. There's no better place to work, live, or raise a family. Home is where your story begins. Buying or selling your home is a big decision, and you need a real estate team you can trust.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty, your hometown experts. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let us develop a winning game plan for you.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
Your friend promised we wouldn't be homeless.
He promised. He's doing everything to fix it.
You need to call and have him fix it now.
Hey, man.
Found us a house.
No, not yet. Let me call you back. We're working on it.
Ryan Coleman with Hometown
He says he's doing the best he can do, honey.
Well, he's taking too long. I knew we should have gone with Ryan Coleman.
Choosing the right agent is never easy.
Call your hometown experts. We'll take care of all the details and make sure you don't get stuck in a motel. All right, guys, thanks for coming back with us on the break. We're talking a little real estate, talking about short-term rentals. Should you invest in the rental market? Should you buy a cabin? Should you buy an investment property up in Gatlinburg? We're talking about that today. Don't forget our Vols. I was just getting so sideways in the show, getting excited about a little real estate, but congrats to our Vols. Well, they're Omaha, right? Omaha, that's where they're going. World Championship, college. Baseball on fire at UT. Exciting. A lot of Vols were excited. I didn't get a chance to go to the game, but just some exciting games over there. And proud of those guys. As you know, we're proud sponsors of the Vols. So if you guys are thinking of buying or selling, need a great agent, need a great team that's going to help you through the process, we're always here to help you. Easy number 693-SOLD, or visit me on ryancoleman.org, and we'll jump right back into the show talking a little real estate. So in that short-term rental, as we're talking in the first part of the show, you've got some tax advantages as well. Got some tax advantages. We can talk about the 14-day calendar where you can write that off on your taxes as a rental, personal use, and then get the deduction. We know depreciation. Properties are going to depreciate. You're going to be able to depreciate that off your taxes. Loan, interest, taxes, pretty much all will be right from the get-go taken off your taxes. Repairs and updates. Don't forget, repairs and updates, any improvements that you do to improve the property, those are additional write-offs as well. Make sure you get with a good CPA or your tax advisor, and they can help you with different opportunities, whether you should put this in an LLC or a corporation or keep it in your own personal name. Strongly suggest not putting it in your personal name if you can help it. There's liability reasons. Always suggest a LLC or an S Corp, something like that, to give you some protection. But do your homework. Do your homework. All right, let's see. What else? What else is important? So our business is a people business. So it's obviously, when you're busy in the marketplace, there's a lot of choices. That's why we do this radio show, guys. We want to talk to you guys and share a little bit about our company and what we do, and hopefully give you some nuggets of information of what to do in the real estate market. So with our business, it's, taking care of our clients. And then once the transaction closes, hopefully trying to keep that client for life and stay in contact with them. So doing a vacation rental, there's some tips that you need to do. Very similar to our business. Repeat business is a plus, right? Repeat referral. I say it's one of the best things that you could ever do for us. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, or you guys are listening to us on the radio, one of the biggest compliments we can get is referring us to a friend or family member. Maybe we've met you, maybe we've done business with you before, maybe we haven't, but maybe we've kind of had that radio relationship, as we say on the radio, kind of keep you part of the family, and you trust us. Well, we'd be honored to work with your people and work with your clients or friends and family the same way we want to do with this vacation rental. So they stay there. The clients rant and rave about going to your condo or your cabin. Now they're raving fans. How are we going to take care of them? Remember their birthday. How about holidays? Christmas, Thanksgiving. send them a reminder card. These are big deals to get repeat business. One of the vacation rentals, if you have a great location, a lot of families like ones that we own, they're already rebooking 2 years out. They say, we don't like to procrastinate, Ryan. We like to book ahead. We had such a great time at the condo and we've enjoyed it so much. It's where our family wants to start making memories and we keep it going. And so by a business owner, now you're a business owner, not just an investment property, you're a business owner, short-term versus a rental. You want to keep in contact with your guest because number one, there's no extra fees. They can book direct. You have opportunities to build that base where if you're running this business long enough, you're going to have these repeat customers and they could make up 50% of your bookings. It's so much easier to work with a great client that has rented. You have a relationship. They can text you back and forth. They know what they're getting. It's a stress-free vacation. They know you're a good property manager. If the AC goes out or something happens with the ice maker, they know you're going to take care of it. And that's big. You can go online and look at all these stars and reviews, but that nothing tells you like having that experience and something going on and you having that contact with that owner. There's a trust factor. So make sure we encourage repeat business. Updating your marketing. Make sure you're updating your marketing if you do purchase one and let them know about all the things that you offer. Wi-Fi, discount codes, referral rewards for repeat customers. New developments, anything going on, new diners, new restaurants, new attractions. Make sure you keep your guests updated with what's going on, especially past COVID, different things like that that's in your area. All right, let's kind of get more into the actual guide to investing in vacation rentals, what we need to look for and what we don't. I was listening to an article the other day by an agent that put one of these podcasts out, and it kind of prompted us to kind of do a show on it. He said one of the biggest things that you want to do is when you're investing in a cabin is not necessarily take the rentals on the books. And I heard that comment. I said, well, why would you not want to do that? And so I want to strongly say if you're buying a vacation rental, there's a lot of pros in taking the existing rentals on the books for a period of time, obviously. So if you're buying a cabin, let's say in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and it's the busiest time here coming in July of the year, why would you not want to take those existing rentals? Now, regardless of maybe you're going to handle it VRBO or you're going to handle it with a different property manager company, you'd be wise that you'd want to take those existing rentals on the table because that's guaranteed money from day one that you're getting in the door. And maybe you have to pay a split that maybe is a little bit less, but these are things you didn't have to advertise for. They're already booking, and strongly suggest taking those and then having a conversation either yourself as a family or with your property manager if you're looking to do a different one on when to cancel those out. So I want to get her to say, number one, if there's rentals, that old saying, if there's free money on the table, don't pass it up. Don't pass it up. Make sure that you're getting those into your contract and that you're carrying those over for a period of time. You want to make sure you have your property management agreement of the previous rental company. Now, if they're VRBO, that's where it becomes a little bit of challenging, so you're going to have to rebook that. We do that on a routine basis. So you'll just need to have the new owner set up a site, and once we pass inspections and everything's ready to close, if there's any bookings in the immediate next couple of weeks, you may want to handle those first and then rebook those. Get your ducks in a row. Everybody says get your ducks in a row before you're investing. Do your homework. Listen to this show. We've got some more information that we'll put out on our blog. But make sure you have your financing set up because vacation rentals are not the same as a single-family home. They're looked at differently. There's different lenders that go off vacation rental income. And then there's lenders that go off the opportunity of just sales comparisons in the marketplace. If you've got a hot market like Sevierville and Gatlinburg, the numbers are all over the board. We would start at a number and we routinely keep driving the prices up. At some point, the prices are going to slow down, but right now we're not seeing that end in sight. So make sure you get your lender or your financing put together. Another encouraging thing, if you're paying all cash, make sure you have your proof of funds or bank statement ready. A lot of times we're seeing agents send over 401k statements or retirement accounts that have no ability to transfer that money out in 30 days. Or if they do, they're going to take huge tax consequences. And so it's more of a easier approach to send that over. But if you want your offer considered in this marketplace, you need to be prepared. Don't come in with $1,000 escrow deposit or a $2,000 escrow deposit on a $600,000 cabin. Now, if you're getting bad advice, maybe from your agent, the lower the deposit, the weaker the offer. Everybody knows in real estate that if you're serious about a property and you're putting $60,000, $90,000 down, why would you put a $1,000 deposit? The first thing it tells the seller is that you're not interested. And if you have a good agent that's representing the seller on the other side, guess what? They're not even going to take you seriously. And you may have a good offer. You just got wrong advice. So stronger rental, have your income numbers together, have that proof of funds so you can show that buyer you're ready to go. They're saying now is the time to invest. That vacation rentals revenue in the U.S. is expected to show an annual growth of 10%. Pretty good. The average revenue per user is expected to amount of $299.96 in 2021 per user. Vacation rentals penetration has over 13% in 2021 and is expected to exceed 18% by 2025. Why is that? Well, probably because the market's going crazy. Stocks are all over the place. They're investing in real estate. I mean, the pros and cons kind of shortly. Do your homework. There's higher returns with short-term rentals, with long, regular residential listings. It's more of a guaranteed deal, but there's higher returns. The cons are obviously there's certain regulations and there's off-season marketing, winter and summer, certain peak seasons. There's so much we can get into, but we're just running out of time. I hope you've enjoyed short-term rentals, thinking about investing. Pigeon Forge Gatlinburg is a great place to be. Think about investing. As always, you can check me out here every Saturday. Phone number 693-SOLD or ryancoleman.org. You guys have a great weekend.